Hi everyone. Last Friday I went to the first Toastmasters meeting in my life. I went there with the objective of understanding how this Toastmaster works and to evaluate if it can actually improve my public speaking skill. So when I was on the bus with the person who was actually welcoming me, I actually asked, in your website you actually claim that you are able to improve the leadership. How do you do this? So he was saying he actually gave me an explanation, but then he said when you actually went to the real meeting itself, then you will understand why. So the Toastmaster meeting actually is structured in a way. There will be someone who's opening the meeting. That person will actually gain the experience of being the MC or being the facilitator of a meeting, and that opening one will actually also help the guests understand the structure and how the thing works and so on. And after that, it will actually be the prepared speech of the day. So each member will actually have assignments weekly to actually be able to practice their speeches, prepared speeches. And the evaluation criteria here will actually be, first, how do you actually prepare your title? How do you actually choose the words, or how do you structure your speech? Last but not least, how do you deliver your speech? So this is actually something that will be evaluated by members. And of course, you will not actually have to speak every week, but each week you will have to play different roles in order for you to gain experience in different aspects. Then the third section will actually be the topic of the day. So members will actually discuss certain topics that has not been prepared and will be announced on that day. One member will actually be preparing the questions, and whoever will need to answer will actually need to walk in front of the stage and answer that question. And the third section will actually be the evaluation section. So each speaker will actually be evaluated by the evaluators. Those who become the evaluators will need to actually pass certain levels and has more experience than the person who they are evaluating. So this is interesting is because they say that when you are evaluating people, they will actually also teach you certain techniques that you will need to actually be able to do, so that when you evaluate people in real life, you will be able to actually deliver the evaluation in an effective way. So last week I learned a technique, it's called sandwich technique. You should say what is good in front, and then you say what is bad or what needs improvement in the middle, then you end with something that is good. So this is actually a way of you delivering certain evaluation to make people still feel okay, even though you're actually delivering something bad. Then after that, they will also have certain people who is doing the timekeeping to see if your speech time is correct or not. Speech time, the allocated speech time is this long. You should not exceed it, but you shouldn't be too short. You should be close to it. So this will actually also help a speaker develop a sense of time. Then it will also have someone who is actually doing the counting. So if you actually did something like they will have people who count each and every one of this and tell you how much that you are doing it. So the least that you do, the better it is for you. Then of course, there's also another person who is actually the grammarian, who is actually telling you what grammar mistakes that you're making and so on. And after that, the meeting will end with the voting of the best speaker of the day and the best responder of the topic of the day, and then the best evaluator, because these are all the different set of skills that is actually being practiced during that time. So they want to have recognition, they want to have people who knows that they are doing good or not. Last but not least, it is actually the fee structure. The fee structure is actually quite cheap, because what they will actually get from you is actually the cost of the rental of the place, and then the cost of the refreshment during the start of the meeting, actually before the start of the meeting. So the club that I went is actually 450 baht per month, and then they will actually gather the money every 6 months. So I think for an opportunity to improve your public speaking skills and your leadership skills, that is actually a very, very cheap rate to pay. So that concludes the first Toastmasters meeting that I went for. So I hope it helps you, and it helps you understand what Toastmasters is about. So that's all. Thank you very much.